So hey everyone, and in this video we are going to install Visual Studio Code. So what is VS Code? VS Code is actually our IDE. That is, inside this you would be writing your whole MERN stack or your normal HTML, CSS, JavaScript code. VS Code provides a lot of functionalities like different extensions and different tools which would actually enhance and save a lot of your time. So it's always beneficial to use a tool like this, or else you can write your code in Notepad also, but obviously it's 2023 and it's not recommended, okay, unless you are using a very old PC. You can use Notepad, but if you want to become a pro developer and if you want to become a developer fast, you have to use tools like these, and especially VS Code is a very great IDE. Along with that, you have other IDEs also, but I personally have used VS Code for each and every skill which I have learned till now. Okay, so let's install VS Code. So first of all guys, you just need to search for you need to search for Visual Studio Code, and here you can see we have the official website, and by the way this is made by Microsoft, so you don't need to worry about anything. So I'm talking about the VS Code which is actually with the blue color. Okay, we have one more Visual Studio which is actually of, I think, purple color, but I'm talking about the blue color Visual Studio Code. Both are actually different and I use this one. Okay, so I'm talking about this one. You just need to visit this website, and then whatever operating system you have, you can download it for it, and automatically you would get the suggestion here. Since I'm using Windows, so I'm getting suggestion of Windows. Okay, so if I click here, and the download would automatically start. So let's wait for the download to be completed, and the setup isn't very big, so it would take very less time to be completed, as you can see. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds, then it would be completed. Alright guys, so once the setup is downloaded, now you need to install the setup. So you can see we have a page something like this. Just click on I accept and then next, and then just check all the checkboxes. Okay, this is very important, and if you also want to have a shortcut in your desktop page, then definitely you can create a desktop icon, but I think this is fine. Okay, so just check all the checkboxes. If not, please check all the checkboxes because all these are really important. Okay, then if I click on next, install, then you can see that it would again take some time to install, then it would be properly installed. Now guys, after this you can see we have an option here, launch VS Code, and I don't want to launch it actually. I want to show you something else. So right now you can see the installation is complete, right? So what I'll do is, now I'll show you how you can actually use this very easily for any folder. Okay, so one ideal way of opening VS Code is you can directly search for VS Code. You can see I simply search for VS Code in my computer, and I see a page something like this. So I already have some files here, but you would see something like this. Okay, page something like this, and by default you won't get anything. Okay, so suppose you want to open any file or folder inside this to code, what you can do is you can simply go on file, then you can go to open folder, and you can just select any project folder where you want to write your code, or whatever project folder you use. Suppose I use this folder, okay, MERN tutorials. So if I select this folder, it would open the folder MERN tutorials, and you can see I get all the code, whatever code I have previously written. You won't see anything, but if you are coding along with me in future, you would see projects like these. Okay, so you can see that we have everything here. So that's how you can actually open a folder. And suppose now I want to just make some changes. For example, in this file I want to write code, so I can easily write code here. Okay, so this is one method, but the other method is much more easier. You don't need to follow this method. Sometimes it's very confusing which file folder to open up. Instead of this, we have one shortcut. So I can simply visit that directory from here. I can just go here. Suppose inside this I wanted to open the JS folder, so I would simply right click here, and now guys, here you would get an option of open with code. Okay, so if you have checked all the checkboxes in the setup, then definitely you would get this option. Okay, so once you click this, you have the same folder. Okay, so that's how you are going to install and set up VS Code. Now inside VS Code guys, you would get multiple options, like you can play around with this. One more important thing is actually in the extensions you can install different extensions. Okay, so for now I have some installed extensions. So you can see I have ES7 plus. You would be using this extension. You can search this name in the search extensions, then you would find this. So you can actually install this extension. You would get an install button. Instead of this, you can install this, and and then it would be actually useful for your React.js. Okay, similarly we have live server. If you want to run HTML, CSS, JavaScript code, then you would be using live server a lot. Then after this, I'm also using GitHub Copilot, which actually gives me AI based suggestions, but definitely it's a paid tool. If you want to use AI based suggestions, definitely not recommended for beginners, but still if you want to use, you can actually use a tool named as tab9. So you can search for tab9. This is also a free extension. It would give you AI based suggestions. Okay, so these were all basic things which I wanted to tell you, and later on you can explore more. And we have a lot of some extensions in VS Code for theme and for different icons and so on, so you can explore that later on. But this was a very basic setup of VS Code. I hope you understood how to actually install VS Code and how to get options in VS Code to open the VS Code in a specific folder. So that's it for today. I will see you in the next one. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.